State taxes are extremely confusing to Amazon sellers, and so that's why in this video I'm going to break down how Amazon does most of the work here in the last couple of years. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy, an agency with over 400 brands we currently serve. So this is a help file that you can access. We'll put a link to this in the top of the video notes. And this is the dates by state on how their marketplace facilitator legislation works, which is basically just a fancy way of saying who collects the tax. And as you scroll down this list, you'll notice that there's a very common theme between 2019 and 2020 that almost every single state in the union passed some sort of legislation and made it easier for sellers by collecting the tax directly inside of Amazon. So when you're going into your Seller Central account and trying to figure out what states you're responsible for, I have some good news for you. To get to this spot, you just go into the top right drop down in Seller Central and click on Taxes. Once you click on that tax settings icon, it will load the state tax settings. There is a little bit of a notice or an update here. Welcome, user. We've rolled out some new enhancements to your tax settings page. You'll see in here MTC states have been added rapidly in the last 4 years, basically. We've added new search and filter options to help you identify the states you calculate tax for and separate out the ones that Amazon collects tax for. So by and large, this is basically 8/9 of the states are collecting it automatically through the Amazon platform. It'd be nice if every single state had the same policy, so you don't have to deal with this at all. But by and large, what is a typical best practice is for you to just put in your single tax ID at the federal level into your tax interview with Amazon, and the rest pretty much handles itself. So similar to that help file, as you scroll down here, you'll see all of these states for all sales destined to this state. Amazon manages sales and use tax. And it's pretty much the full list of states. It's very easy to see most of this is handled from A to Z, which is good. Now, if you're wondering which states are not on the list, it took a little bit of time for me to figure this out, but in the drop down on the top right, you have to physically add these states. So one of them was Delaware. As we scroll down, Montana, New Hampshire, Oregon, and that might be the full list, those 4 states right there. Then what you would do if you're in one of these 4 states or you have nexus in one of those 4 states, simply add your tax registration number and hit save. Now, these 4 states are way behind the rest of the union. And if you're wondering, well, I don't have nexus there technically, should I go and register for the state? And if you want my professional opinion, no, don't do that. Now, if you ask any single tax expert or any accountant ever, they're going to tell you to do it because they only care about following the letter of the law rules, and they're going to claim that if you have inventory in an FBA facility there, that creates nexus. And that debate has been a long-standing debate on the internet for decades. However, force the states to go make Amazon collect it, make your life easy, and just go focus on the 80 other tasks you have on a daily basis for an Amazon seller, and don't make filing taxes in 4 states that are never going to check your stuff at all part of your list. My professional opinion. Obviously, I'm not a tax expert, and you can't follow that tax advice because I'm not a tax expert. But I am a Seller Central expert, and I'm going to tell you right now, those 4 states will eventually force Amazon to collect the tax. It just makes no sense why they haven't done it by now. Why there isn't a national rule or anything like that blows my mind as well. So that's how we've seen this. Now, if you look at my video content from 4+ years ago, half of these states didn't have this done yet. So this is the latest and newest. They've all almost, except those 4 backward states, have come around to getting Amazon to collect it on our behalf. The reason why this is so important is because it is a pain in the ass to go file paperwork with each of the states. It is tremendous amounts of paperwork, right? You're a small business. Most of you watching this are under $1 million in revenue. You don't want to have to spend time dealing with taxes. You need to simplify the model as much as possible, which is why Amazon's so awesome. And by and large, you're going to file in a single state when you do your year-end taxes, and you're going to file at the federal level. And that's going to keep your life as simple as possible. Now, all kinds of things we could talk about like whether you should create a Wyoming LLC or a Delaware LLC. And many people from the international community are also wondering these questions. I think the jury is out on that sort of inquiry, right? Certain states, depends on like when you go to sell your business, because every business ever ends in one of a few ways, just simply folds and goes under. It's gifted to somebody or inherited, or it's sold, right? There's no other way a business ends. And so because of that, certain states are better on some of the taxes, the transfer fees and all that good stuff. And so you could make a strategic decision, or you could make the decision that makes your life as easy as possible to run the business from where you're currently located. Many of you don't even have a physical location. It's all digital, or you're doing it out of your house. And I've done that myself for many years. Never had a challenge with it. At the end of the day, I think the government's pretty happy as long as you're paying them money, a la taxes. And so that's basically how I view it. So hopefully this video is helpful. You don't have a lot to worry about unless you're in one of those 4 states. Just throw your tax ID in there. If you have other tax questions, you may be interested in some of these videos up here, or ask your question in the comments section. I'm happy to shoot other videos and content. I do it all the time based on requests because I want to shoot content that you care about. So leave me a question, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.